Alright, welcome back everybody. Today we have maintenance on a Munchkin boiler. First you're going to remove the clips, take the cover off like so, and go ahead and hit the power, turn the power off, and first thing we're going to do is go ahead and remove the igniter and the flame sensor so that we can go ahead with your brass brush and clean those off. Next thing we're going to do is remove the cover for the heat exchanger. You're going to need to turn the gas off and then remove these 4 screws off of the inducer motor, which is another torque bit, and pull this off of the inducer as well. Pull these 2 off, and it should come right out. What else are we hooked on here? Oh, we got this wire right here. Okay, and then we got one more Molex down here on the bottom. Okay, so be extremely careful with this white piece right here. If this thing gets damaged, you're gonna be SOL. These Munchkins, all of these parts are pretty much obsolete now. They do not make these Munchkins anymore, and so getting parts is really going to be difficult. And so once you pull that off, then you are looking at the water tube heat exchanger, and look at all this crud in here. So that inside of there is going to need to be scrubbed off. All this crap in here is going to need to be scrubbed off. You can use some water, and just careful with the heat exchanger. Okay, also this back part, you're not going to want to touch that at all. So your heat exchanger's looking like this. Maybe use something a little bit softer than the bristle brush right there so that you don't make any more holes. Go ahead and just scrub it off and vacuum it out, because all of this stuff is blocking the heat. If that's right there, then it's acting as, all this crap is acting as an insulator between the fire and the water. The water passes through these tubes, ignition comes through there and heats up the water in the tubes before it goes out into the pipes in the house. This is also another thing right here. You're going to want to just vacuum this off right here, but again, be delicate with it. Okay, and again, be careful with this white part right here. Alright, now that that is cleaned off, we'll line the holes back up here and put her back on together. Okay, let's go back in. Go ahead and put some screws in to hold it together. There you go. And then go ahead and put the rest of the screws in. Bolt her back together. Clean up our flame sensor and igniters. Put those back in. And then we will move on to the drain trap. Okay, so for the drain down here, just going to pull this thing off. Ouch. And unscrew this part. We'll take this hose off of here. One more Phillips screw right here. Oh, try not to spill it all over the place. And can dump this outside. Ugh. Brother, ugh. Brother, ugh. And then we'll take these two pieces to a sink and just rinse them out. Good to go. And from there, after the drain trap, we are going to move on to gas pressure and combustion analysis. Okay, so in order to adjust the gas pressure on these high efficiency boilers, you don't do it with a manometer. You are going to need a combustion analyzer. So every boiler is different, so you're going to want to get the manuals. Okay, so again, you're going to need the combustion analyzer. We're going to turn the power on here. Power on, we're going to get a pre-purge. Now again, in order to go into test mode, we're going to press the S2 and S3 together. It says SER. Once activated, you'll see that and the actual fan speed. Okay, the measurement of combustion level should always be taken at the highest and lowest fan speed. Okay, so first we'll go to the lowest fan speed. Let's make sure that we have actual combustion here first. At 276 for the fan speed. Do we have combustion? There is 1 part per million. Okay, so we do actually have combustion going on. So let's go ahead and lower the fan speed. Okay, S1 or S2 to decrease and increase. So we're going to turn all the way down to the lowest, which is 140. Okay, so now for low fire, we're looking for 0 to 20 parts per million of carbon monoxide and 8.5 to 9.5% of CO2. And right now we're at 20 parts per million. Okay, so we're at 17 parts per million on the fan, and our CO2 is at 9.49. Dang. Perfect. So my Munchkin, 16 parts per million CO, and then CO2. We have 9.54. Honestly, that's so close that I am not going to adjust it. Okay, so it went back up. And now we're going to adjust it higher. Looks like 355 is the highest. So we're down low. It might be out right here. We might have to redo it. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to redo it here. To exit test mode, we'll hold these two. Okay, test mode is out. Okay, so it looks like we're not going to be able to put it in test mode anymore because the water's at 173 degrees. So it's hot. It's already reached its set point and is not going to start up again until it cools down. So yeah, basically that's how you do the maintenance for the Munchkin high efficiency boiler. You know, go ahead and do the same for high fire on the gas valve. And the adjustment is this guy right here, but again, don't be doing that unless you have the combustion analyzer. Anyhow, hope this helps, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.